sometimes I feel like I don't have the permission to feel anything myself. Like we went through something this past weekend where I felt very, very sad about some stuff. So it's just a reality of certain things were crashing in on me, I felt like, and I just was kind of in a funk. I kept feeling like, okay, I can't expose this to her. I felt like I had to keep like crawling into another room somewhere to go feel my feelings for a minute and then come back out and put on this facade. There's some confusion there for me of how to give myself permission to be in a certain place emotionally.
Here's the broad sweeping answer, which is if it's an open bleeding wound, don't take it to her. She's not your therapist. She's not your mommy. Okay. If it's a scar that you can calmly talk about, and it's one thing to have emotion and it's another thing to be fucking triggered. Okay.
Sure.
Emotion is like within you and you're handling it. I mean, I get emotional all the time when I talk with guys and stuff like that, and thinking about the work that I've done for myself and the challenges that I've gone through and my son's gone through and my family's gone. Of course, I'm not a fucking statue, but right. But it's like my emotion and I own it and it's a scar. It's not like, what do I do about it still? That's an open bleeding wound, right? And so when we take like, oh God, I think I'm going to get fired at work or whatever. Blah, fucking blah. That makes her feel like shit. And it makes her feel like she has to be the masculine and in her own frame and protect herself. Like not sexy, right?
Right. That's just like literally like what is how to break that down. Like sometimes I feel like the expectation is for the masculine to be just like a emotionless cyborg monk, like you were saying, like and
no.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So just don't verbal diarrhea, emotional trauma all over her when you're triggered or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
And here's the key. I mean, you've heard of the 24/7 rule that I teach, where if there's a potential boundary violation, you wait at least 24 hours so you can think about it and stuff. But what you're talking about is like an in the moment. And so breathe 3 full times into your belly, which probably takes around 20 seconds. Okay. That gives you enough time to not shoot yourself in the dick, and it gives you your time for cortisol to rush back out, like to exit your frontal lobe. And so you have a higher chance of actually being able to think rationally and cognitively about what's going on. Okay.
Right.
And if you find yourself like totally overwhelmed, that's not a scar, that's an open wound. Yeah. And so you cannot try. I've tried to persevere through, I'm kind of angry, but I'm going to like, no, it doesn't work for you. So what happens when a man dumps, opens a bleeding wound? Speak from the feminine point of view of what we're talking about, please.
Yeah. So, and I totally hear you on like the fairness question, and that does hit my heart. If I just go into the feminine, if you're in a place of fear or constriction or anger, she's going to feel that as tremendous anxiety. Or there's a part of her that might bite back and get really angry because she's feeling it like anxiety or fear. It will feel like a burden in a way that she's like, now she can't be safe in this container of the relationship and she's got to kind of man up herself. Or, some women kind of bite back. Like, if I bite at you enough, you'll get out of this and go back to being solid and still. That being said, I truly feel that the feminine appreciates masculine emotion in that kind of embodied, heart-centered way. So what you're saying is true, has a tremendous value. And if it's not coming from that grounded in your heart, in your body place centeredness, it will feel scary to her.